Welcome back, Friendshippers. We're back with another album reaction. This time we are checking out My Chemical Romance. This is a special Ride or Die album review. If you are in my Patreon, there is our highest tier of the Patreon. It's the Ride or Die tier, and part of that benefit is once a quarter, each Ride or Die member gets to choose a full album for me to review. So this one is coming in from our Ride or Die member Yusuf. So thank you, Yusuf, for requesting this one for this quarterly review. Okay, so we're checking out My Chemical Romance, The Black Parade. Looks like this was released in 2006. We've got 14 songs, about 51 to 52 minutes of runtime on this. So let's jump right in. Let's get started. Okay, so it looks like the first track is called The End. Okay, that's interesting. We're starting the album. We're starting the album with The End. Period. And there's a period at the end of that too. Like The End, period. Okay. Um I know very, very little about this. I think I have been told that, if I'm remembering correctly, I believe I was told that this was perhaps the journey of someone um, who had cancer, but I'm not 100% certain. So we'll see if that comes through as we watch. I have heard Welcome to the Black Parade, and I have heard the song Cancer, but I've actually not heard the original song Cancer. I've heard the 21 Pilots cover of it, and that's the only version I've heard. So, um, okay, the rest of these I don't recognize at all by title, so I don't think I've heard any of these. So, okay, let's get started. We have track 1, The End. Okay, yeah, we're definitely like in a hospital.
Now come on to this tragic affair. Wipe off that makeup, what's in is despair. So throw on the black dress, mix in with the lot. You might wake up and notice you're someone you're not. If you look in the mirror and don't like what you see, you can find out
Oh, I like the
firsthand
piano.
what it's like to be me. So gather round, piggies, and kiss this goodbye. I'd encourage your smiles. I expect you won't cry.
Yo! Okay, immediately this is fire, y'all. Okay, I love the piano in this.
Another contusion, my funeral jag. Here's my resignation, I'll serve it in drag. You've got front row seats to the penitence bar. When I grow up, I want to be living. I say,
Hey. Ooh. Okay, we just went right into the second track. So, okay. Wow. Wow. Okay, strong start. Really strong start. I loved the piano in that. Instrumentation fire. I loved the way that moved. I can see why my clickies, my 21 Pilots fans in the chat were telling me to check out this band, because I can definitely hear the like not that they're like comparable, but like just some similarity a bit in the vocal delivery of this. I can see how like my 21 Pilots fans being a fan of Tyler Joseph's voice and everything would also gravitate. So like I get it. I get it. They're not the same. They're not the same, but like I get the overlap. I get the overlap of fandom on this. Okay. All right, track 2 is called Dead with an exclamation. All right. Here we go.
And if your heart stops beating, I'll be here wondering, did you get what you deserve? The ending of your life, and if you get to heaven, I'll be here waiting, baby. Did you get what you deserve? The ending of your life won't wait, then your heart can't take the sound. You heard the news that you're dead.
Ooh.
No one ever had much nice to say. I figured I would like you anyway. You take me from the hospital bed. Wouldn't it be great? It ain't exactly what you planned. And wouldn't it be great if we were dead?
Yo.
Dead. Tongue-tied and oh so squeamish. You never fell in love. Did you get what you deserve? The ending of your life, and if you get to heaven, I'll be here waiting, baby. Did you get what you deserve? The ending of your life won't wait, then your heart can't take the sound. You heard the news that you're dead. No one ever had much nice to say. I think it ever liked you anyway.
Oh my god.
Me from the hospital bed. Wouldn't it be great to take a pistol by the hand? And wouldn't it be great if we were dead? And my honest observation.
Oh my god. The drums. God, we got like horns?
Maybe just 2 weeks to live.
Yo. Woo. Wow. Yo. Ah, yo, this is fire. Oh, I like this. I really like this. Wow. Okay, round of applause. Okay, hold on. I gotta look at something real quick. Okay. I was just curious. Cause I was like, we started with the end, period, and then second track is like dead. I'm like, are we moving backwards? Like, are we going backwards through the story? Like starting at the end and then working our way backwards through the chronology. So like dead is right like dead is about the time that he's like really nearing death or about to die or just died. And so then the end is like, okay, he's died now, like the end. So I was just curious. I was looking at the song titles to see if like that maybe tracks, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes thematically if we are moving backwards through the story here. Um okay. Track 3. This is how I disappear. Okay, so far instrumentation fantastic. Oh my god, the instrumentation, the melodies just great. I'm kind of mad at my past self for missing this. Like, how did I miss this? What the hell was I doing in 2006? 2006, I was okay, oh, I was just married. I was oh, okay, I think okay, I know how I missed this. That was the year of my first miscarriage. So I was a little busy. Um but like no, I'm kind of mad that I missed this for so long. I had 20 years. This was 2006. I had 20 years to get on this and I'm late to the party and I'm kind of feeling like retroactive FOMO. So all right, track 3. This is how I disappear. I like the drums. Okay. I'm kind of getting like deathbed repentance sort of vibes from this, that it's like, oh, okay, now I'm like actually at death's door. Like now I'm actually on my deathbed and having this review of my life and or what's not deathbed repent, but like deathbed confessions. That's what I'm getting from this, is deathbed confession. Okay, here we go.
Big Dad drowns all the boys and girls inside your bed. And if you could talk to me, tell me if it's so that all the good girls go to heaven. Well,
Woo! Ah, those guitars. Really like the vocal. Okay. Round of applause. Okay, I do feel like we're moving backwards here. I do feel like we're moving backwards. I feel like we started at the end, and then we had like right at the point of death, and then we had like right before death when you're like it's like deathbed confession. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we're moving backwards here. Um wow. Okay, bridges have been awesome so far. I've really enjoyed the way that they've moved through bridges in their songs on these thus far. Fantastic. Fantastic instrumentation. I'm just flabbergasted. I said I'm feel like I'm going to just increasingly be mad at myself that I didn't get on this earlier and that like my ear holes were not being blessed by this for the last 20 years cuz this is amazing. So, all right, track 4, The Sharpest Lives, which kind of sounds like Sharpest Knives. But okay, Sharpest Lives. Here we go.
Well, it rains and it pours when you're out on your own. If I crash on the couch, can I sleep in my clothes? 'Cause I spent the night dancing, I'm drunk, I suppose. If it looks like I'm laughing, I'm really just asking to leave. This alone, you're in time for the show. You're the one that I need, I'm the one that you loathe. You can watch me corrode like a beast in the clothes. 'Cause I love all the poison away with the boys in the band.
Yeah.
There's a place in the dark where the animals go. You can take off your skin in the cannibal glow.
This is gruesome. Yo. Okay, the like sort of like extreme or like grotesque or dark like sort of like use of language here, right? Like everything just seems so yeah, like sort of dark and grotesque, the things that you would see in the dark shadows at night, right? Um place in the dark where the animals go, right? There's something just um like carnal and you know animalistic and just it's like there's something almost stripping of humanity of it, right? And you kind of strip your humanity of it and you're just an animal, you're just a beast. Right, like you take your skin off or take off your skin in the cannibal glow, right? Like cannibalism is just like the like darkest like most like basis like of like animal instinct, right? Survival instinct. So this just feels like when you have like nothing left to lose and so you're just kind of like you know, I said humanity gets stripped from it and you're just it's just yeah, YOLO, I guess. Right? You're just gonna do all the things because what does it matter? You're gonna die anyway, type of thing. Like eat, drink, and be merry, type of thing. That's the vibe I'm getting from this.
So why don't you blow me? What gives me if I shake you? It's hard to remember. And you can take all the pain away from me. You can say I will surrender. The sharpest lies are the deadliest to lead. And let it burn all the empires. So bright the sun is the shade to rise and be in love with all of these vampires. So you can leave like the same.
Yeah, yeah. Like this. in love with all these vampires, right? The ones that only come out at night. Okay. Um, so you can leave like the sane abandoned me, right? Because we're getting close to death now because we had was it in the last track? Like this is how I disappear. I think it was in that one. That he says that like it's without you that I disappear. Like in the end everybody like dies alone, right? Like it's not like you can go through death or experience that like you just got to do it by yourself, right? Like um and so there's this feeling of loneliness, of abandonment. It's like I'm going through this thing and I have to just go through it by myself. Nobody else can go through it for me or with me. Um so you can leave like the sane abandon me. So there's this feeling of feeling abandoned because you have to go through this on your own, but then also just like the sanity leaving from you, like just feeling like you're slowly descending into madness and losing your sanity and your humanity and all of that. So, wow. Wow. This is like so drama and theater. I love it. Ooh. Round of applause. All right. Incredible so far. Absolutely incredible so far. Um I love the story being told here. I think it's being told in a very like raw and visceral way. And just the melodies on this are just incredible. Like it's just so like melodic. I love it. I really love this. I'm honestly, if I'm being honest, I'm actually kind of surprised because I didn't know if this was gonna be like I didn't know what I was getting into, honestly. Um and no, I'm very pleasantly surprised that I'm really, really enjoying this a lot. Okay, track 5 is Welcome to the Black Parade, which I have heard before. And now I'm excited to hear it in context and have my ear holes blessed because this is an absolute banger. All right, here we go. Welcome to the Black Parade.
When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band. He said, son, when you grow up,
I love the
would
drums
you
here.
be the savior of the broken, the beaten, and the damned? He said, will you defeat them, your demons, and all the non-believers, the plans that they have made?
Okay, I'm going to stop here for a second. Okay, because the song right before this, we have someone really going down into the just absolute darkest recesses of himself and darkest recesses of like that sort of animalistic instinctual like just space and and having I mean even the lines about like the son like being ashamed to have fallen in love with vampires kind of thing. It's like this idea of like these darker parts of ourselves that we indulge in, um and shame that comes with that and everything. And then like the next song, because like I feel like we're moving again backwards in the chronology of this. And so like the song right before this is talking about his father, and his father says, when you grow up, would you be the savior of the broken, the beaten, and the damned? um and so it's interesting to have this question posed to him. Will you be the savior of the broken, the beaten, and the damned? And then the very next song that would be like the next one in the like, if we flip this the other direction around and told it actually chronologically in order, the next song would be him amongst that, amongst the dark, right? Amongst the broken, the beaten, the damned, the right, the cursed, the vampires, the, you know, the darkness. So that's interesting to me. Will you defeat them, your demons, and all the non-believers, the plans that they have made? Um, because one day I'll leave you a phantom to lead you in the summer to join the black parade. So it's so interesting. This is fascinating. See, this is why I love doing album reviews, you guys, because you get the album as a whole and you get the story being told. And this song, which was already just a banger, it just in and of itself becomes really like just further adds like deeper layers to what is being said and to the context of this, to get this in context. This is really, really cool to have these things posed to him by his father, with the next in the chronology being him really like existing in the dark places. You know what I mean? Wow. This is incredible.
Because one day I'll leave you a phantom to lead you in the summer to join the black parade.
I love the drums. Okay, one more note to this, and that it was when he went to see a marching band and you hear the drums of the marching band, but those drums of the marching band also sound really similar to like soldiers drumming, like when you're like at war, right? And you're so it's just an interesting like fusion of the imagery of what's going on here, of like being at the marching band, hearing the marching band drums, which also sound like soldier drums in a war, and then saying, when you grow up, will you be the savior of the broken, the beaten, the damned? There's this sort of like enlisting this responsibility, right? This soldier, this warrior to do this thing. Very interesting. Okay.
Sometimes I get the feeling she's watching over me, and other times I feel like I should go. And through it all, the rise and fall, the bodies in the streets. And when you're gone, we want you all to know we'll carry on, we'll carry on. And though we are still God, believe me, your memory will carry on, you'll carry on.
Woo, man, I love the drums in this.
From decimated dreams, your misery and hate will kill us all. So paint it black and take it back.
Okay. Another note. See, I'm sorry. I've heard this song before, so now I'm really getting to internalize the lyrics a little bit more. Um, this is interesting as well because again, I said it sounded like soldier drums, right? This sort of part of the army, right? Take like this brave soldier here taking on the mantle. And then we have this, right? Defiant to the end, we hear the call, to carry on. And so it's almost like picking up the banner, right? It's like if one goes down, you like when you're in battle, right? One goes down, like you don't ever let the banner fall, right? Like that's the rally cry. That's the thing that you're uh like that your soldiers going to be looking to keep going, to carry on, is that banner. So it's like if that banner falls, you got to pick it right back up and you know what I mean? Like the next person's got to pick it up and keep it going. So this is kind of a twist on that sort of sentiment here, right? Like your misery and hate will kill us all. So paint it black, take it back. Let's shout it loud and clear, defiant to the end. We hear the call to carry on. And though you're dead and gone, believe me, your memory will carry on. So it's like this, this world or whatever may try to take you down. And if it does, like we're gonna pick up that banner and keep going, which is really cool. And then look, I mean, we've got some lines coming up as well. Though you're broken and defeated, your weary widow marches on and on, right? Like, so there's still this idea of marching on, continuing on, like in battle. So, very nice. Okay. Yo. And of course, this is called the Black Parade. So it is, while this does come off a lot like Soldier in Battle, it also is like a parade, right? You've got the marching band of the parade and you've got the like carrying on and keeping step and you know what I mean? Like look at me, you're on parade, you're on display. Um yeah, like so it all just comes together. Like this was really well written and I appreciate that. Okay. Oh man, that guitar. Woo, damn, those drums are fire. I like a little xylophone in there. Woo! Yeah, it continues marching. So I love the dual like meaning that comes through on that with the parade and this battle. Amazing. Amazing. Giant ass round of applause. Okay. All right. Track 6. I Don't Love You. That sucks. All right, let's check it out. heard this? Maybe?
Well, when you go, don't ever think I'll make you try to stay.
Okay, no, I don't think I have.
And maybe when you get back, I'll be off to find another way. When after all this time that you still love, you're still a god for nothing, I don't know. So take your gloves and get out, better get out while you can.
Interesting.
Sometimes I cry so hard from pleading, so sick and tired of all the needless beating. But baby, let me knock you down and out. This is where you ought to stay. And after all the blood that you still owe, another dollar's just another blow. So fix your eyes and get up, better get up while you can. And would you even turn to say, hey, I don't love you like I did yesterday? Well, come on, come on.
Nice guitar solo.
When you go, would you have the guts to say, I don't love you like I loved you yesterday?
Yo! That was fire.
I don't love you like I loved you yesterday. I don't love you like I loved you yesterday.
Wow. Alright, I like that. Okay, round of applause. I want to just point a couple things out here. So, what I'm gathering from this is, again, if we're kind of moving, and again, I feel like we're moving backwards, but if we're seeing this like dissension towards death, like if we have somebody who was like diagnosed with cancer, right, and is terminally ill, and then the trajectory from like getting that kind of diagnosis to health deteriorating and eventually leading to death. This feels like the letting go of, or even like pushing away of the loved one, right? Like the significant other, of like, I'm about, like, I'm probably gonna die. I don't want to keep you around for this. So like, it's okay to just like go. Like, go ahead and just tell me that you don't love me as much anymore, because you have to take care of me because I'm sick or whatever, and just like go. And there's kind of this, I kind of get the feeling it's like not even necessarily that they actually feel that way, but for him, it would just make him feel better for her to go like that, to not have to stick around for this. But the interesting thing about this is some of the little like, because like word choices matter, okay? Like the words that one chooses to use matter. There's subtle connotation to things, and there's like, you know, motif or through line or things like that, like things that thematically point, you know, are clues, but thematically point to things. And so on the surface, this is like, okay, this is a song of what I just described. Okay, like, you know, um saying goodbye to a significant other because your health is deteriorating. Um but there's little subtle word choices in this that kind of point to something here. Um like when he says after all this time that you still owe, almost feeling like there's an obligation for her to be there. And I'm just gonna assume it's a her. We're just gonna go like on averages here and assume it's a her. Okay. um if it's like she feels like obligated to be there for this because she loves him, because she is the significant other, um like there's this sort of pushing away of that, like you don't. Oh, but here's some of the subtle little things. Take your gloves and get out. Um, Gloves feel very medical here, right? Because, yeah, sometimes people wear gloves, right? They're nice little gloves and everything. But in a setting like this where everything feels so like clinical and hospital and you know, health and dying and all of that, gloves sounds more medical, right? Gloves sounds like what you put on when you're caring for somebody, like when you're like tending to them in the hospital basically. So there was that little subtle clue of take your gloves, um you know, like you don't have to stay and take care of me. And then um the like here, so sick and tired, right? And that's a common phrase, sick and tired, but like here it can really quite literal. It's he's sick and he's tired. um But this was interesting. Again, word choice matters. Sick and tired of all the needless beating. And again, if you're thinking clinical, like there was such a clinical undertone to this with like the gloves and sick, but then needless sounds like needles, right? Like you think of like needless needles. Um, and then here, blood, after all the blood that you still owe. So you get these subtle word choices. Fix your eyes. Okay. So it's like guts, when you have the guts to say. So again, they're just so subtle. Like it's not like overtly saying, but just these little subtle word choices that make this sound so clinical and like sick and like illness. You know what I mean? Caretaking through an illness. um so yeah, I just found that very interesting as I was going. So just the mental image I got from this was like him in like hospice care or something, you know, like in a hospital bed being tended to by, you know, his significant other, and feeling like you can't, from his perspective, feeling like you can't possibly love me like this. Like I'm the thing you have to take care of now. You couldn't possibly love me like you did before when I was healthy. Like seriously, like just take your nursing gloves, you know what I mean? Like just go. Like just go. And if you're really brave, it would actually really help me if you just admitted that you couldn't possibly love me like you did yesterday, and like, and I'm okay with that. Like just go. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to stay here for this. That's kind of the image I got and like kind of felt through this. So really beautiful song, gut wrenching, but really cool song. Okay, track 7, House of Wolves. points for vocabulary. All right.
Hey, hallelujah. I wanna come on, sing the praise. I let the spirit come on through ya. We got innocence for days. Well, I think I'm gonna burn it hell. Everybody burn a house right down and say what I wanna say. Tell me I'm an angel. Take this to my grave. Tell me I'm a bad man. Kick me like a stray. Tell me I'm an angel. Take this to my grave. Oh, no. You play ring around the ambulance like you never gave a care. So get the choir boys around you, it's a compliment, I swear. And I said ashes to ashes, we all fall down. I wanna hear you sing the praise. I said ashes to ashes, we all fall down. We got innocence for days. Well, I think I'm gonna burn in hell. Everybody burn a house right down and say what I wanna say. Tell me I'm an angel. Take this to my grave. Tell me I'm a bad man. Kick me like a stray. Tell me I'm an angel. Take this to my grave. You better run like the devil, cause they're never gonna leave you alone. You better hide up in the alley, cause they're never gonna find you a home. And as the blood runs down the walls, you see me creeping up these halls. I made a bad motherfucking taste, it's a ramen, I'm like, and I say what I wanna say. Tell me I'm an angel. Take this to my grave. Tell me I'm a bad man. Kick me like a stray. Tell me I'm an angel. Take this to my grave. Tell me I'm a bad man.
Ooh, guitar. That guitar is awesome. Woo! All right, round of applause. Okay, that one felt like, with, again, the word choices matter, right? The This felt like, I mean, this had a lot of like spiritual or religious like verbiage in it and undertone to it. So that felt like wrestling with one's salvation a bit. Like all of a sudden you realize that your time is almost up, and all of a sudden you start like really thinking about like your, your salvation, your soul, or your eternal like perspective. Okay. All right, fair enough. That one's a banger. That was a bop. I quite enjoyed the guitars of that one as well. Okay, now we have Cancer. Like I said, I've only heard the song once and it was a cover. So I'm excited to hear the original now.
Turn away. If you could get me a drink of water, cause my lips are chapped and
piano.
faded. Call my Aunt Marie. Help her gather all my things and bury me in all my favorite
Oh my
colors.
god. Okay. Sorry, just the like descending piano, it was, oh my god.
Call my Aunt Marie. Help her gather all my things and bury me in all my favorite colors. My sisters and my brothers still. I will not kiss you. 'Cause the hardest part of this is leaving you. Now turn away.
when your hair falls out. Damn.
Know that I will never marry. Baby, I'm just soggy from the chemo, but counting down the days to go. It just ain't living, and I just hope you know that if you say goodbye today, I'd ask you to be true. 'Cause the hardest part of this is leaving you. 'Cause the hardest part of this is leaving you.
Okay, round of applause. Okay, yeah, I feel like that one's pretty self-explanatory. We're definitely I definitely feel like we're moving backwards through the story. So, we had the facing of like eternal salvation or whatever, and then we moved a step backwards, just him actually going through the treatment, and you know feels like it's not really working. So okay, track 9, Mama. Oh god, why do I have, is this one gonna make me cry? I feel like it's probably gonna make me cry. Okay, here we go. Mama. No, maybe not. Maybe not. How sad are we going?
Mama, we all go to hell. Mama, we all go to hell. I'm writing this letter and wishing you well. Mama, we all go to hell. Oh, well, now, Mama, we're all gonna die. Mama, we're all gonna die. Stop asking me questions, I'd hate to see you cry. Mama, we're all gonna die. Hey, when we go, don't blame us, yeah. We let the fire just feed us, yeah. You made us so famous. We'll never let you go.
I love the drums.
To me, my love. Mama, we're all full of lies. Mama, we're meant for the flies. And right now they're building a coffin your size. Mama, we're all full of lies. Well, Mother was the warden to my legs and to my tongue. You should have raised that baby girl. I should have been a better son. If you could counter the infection, they can amputate it once. You should have been, I could have been a better son. And when we go, don't blame us, yeah. We let the fire just feed us, yeah. You made us so famous. We'll never let you go. She said you ain't no son of mine. For what you done there, can't find a place for you and just your mind, your manners when you go. When you go to return to me, my love, that's right. Mama, we are gonna hell. Mama, we are gonna hell. Which really quite pleasant, except for the smell. Mama, we all go to hell.
Interesting.
But the shit that I've done with this fucking I got you and cry as to rise online. We're dead after all. Through fortunate play we fought. And if you can stay, then I'll show you the way to return from the ashes you brought. We all carry
See, here we go. Here's another connection. We all carry on when our brothers in arms are gone, right? Soldier goes down, you pick up the banner, you carry on. Here we go. Aw. Wow, the instrumentation on this has just been amazing. Amazing. Round of applause. Okay, that was like not sonically at all what I was expecting from the song called Mama in this context. But that was fire. So, all right. Track 10, Sleep. This looks like the, well, not quite the lowest streamed, but okay, here we go. Sleep. Ew.
Some say now suffer all the children and walk away a savior or a madman and polluted from gutter institutions. Don't you breathe on me, undeserving of your sympathy.
I like that cadence.
'Cause there ain't no way that I'm sorry for what I did. When through it all, how could you cry for me? 'Cause I don't feel bad about it. So shut your eyes, kiss me goodbye, and say, just the hardest part is letting go of your dreams. A drink for the horror that I'm in, for the good guys and the bad guys, for the monsters that I've been. 3 cheers for tyranny, unapologetic apathy.
Nice.
'Cause there
Like
ain't
that
no
line.
way that I'm coming back again. And through it all, how could you cry for me? 'Cause I don't feel bad about it. So shut your eyes, kiss me goodbye, and say, just the hardest part, the awful things that I've seen.
Hmm.
Just
Oh my god, I love the drums, guys. I love the drums in this. well too. Oh my god. Got like a bit of strings in there. Wow. Damn. Okay, round of applause. I really like that one a lot. I don't know why that one was the least streamed because I actually quite liked that one a lot. That was fire. I really like the drums in that. Really like the guitars in that. Really loved his vocal in that. Um, yeah, just the dynamics and the like story on that one was just super cool. I really like that one a lot actually. Okay. Track 11, Teenagers. Teenagers.
They're
All right.
gonna clean up your looks with all the lies in the books to make a citizen out of you. Because they sleep with a gun and keep an eye on you, son, so they can watch all the things you do. Because the drugs never work, they gonna give you a smirk, cause they got methods of keeping you clean. They gonna rip up your heads, your aspirations to shreds. Another cog in the murder
Ooh.
machine. They said I'll teenagers scare the living shit out of me. They could care less as long as someone will bleed. So darken your clothes, I'll strike a violent pose. Maybe it'll leave you alone, but not me. The boys and girls in the clique, the awful names at the stick. You're never gonna fit in much, kid. But if you're troubled and hurt, what you got under your shirt will make them pay for the things that they did. They said, "I'll teenagers scare the living shit out of me." They could care less as long as someone will bleed. So darken your clothes, I'll strike a violent pose. Maybe they'll leave you alone, but not me. Oh, yeah. Teenagers scare the living shit out of me. They could care less as long as someone will bleed. So darken your clothes, I'll strike a violent pose. Maybe they'll leave you alone, but not me. All together now. Teenagers scare the living shit out of me. They could care less as long as someone will bleed. So darken your clothes, I'll strike a violent pose. Maybe they'll leave you alone, but not me. Teenagers scare the living shit out of me. They could care less as long as someone will bleed. So darken your clothes, I'll strike a violent pose. Maybe they'll leave you alone, but not me.
Woo. All right. Round of applause. That's interesting. I'm trying to just gather what's being said here. They said all teenagers scare the living shit out of me. They could care less as long as someone will bleed, so darken your clothes or strike a violent pose. Maybe they'll leave you alone. Like, I feel like this is maybe just kind of being tormented by, like, authority, right? This sort of rebellion against authority, and like the authority always being like the tormentor of teenagers just trying to be their own people. That's kind of what I got from that. All right, but let's see how this plays out in the actual like context of this story, though. Um, because I have a little bit of a theory, but I wanna listen more and see if I can actually have enough evidence to posit this theory. Okay, so all right, track 12, Disenchanted. This is beautiful. I love the guitar here.
Well, I was there on the day they sold the cars for the Queen, and when the lights all went out, we watched our lives on the screen. I hate the ending myself, but it started with an alright scene. It was the roar of the crowd that gave me heartache to sing. It was a lie when they smiled and said you won't feel a thing. And as we ran from the cops, we laughed so hard it would sting. Yeah, yeah. Oh, if I'm so wrong, how can you listen all night long? How will it matter after I'm gone? Because you never learned a goddamn thing. It's just a sad song with nothing to say about a lifelong wait for a hospital stay. Well, if you think that I'm wrong, this never meant nothing to you. I spent my high school career spit on his shove to agree, so I can watch how my heroes sell a car on TV. Bring out the old guillotine, we'll show 'em what we all mean. Yeah, yeah. Oh, if I'm so wrong, how can you listen all night long? Now will it matter long after I'm gone? Because you never learned a goddamn thing. You're just a sad song with nothing to say about a lifelong wait for a hospital stay. Well, if you think that I'm wrong, this never meant nothing to you. So go away, just go right away.
All right, the drums here.
You ran to and where you
The guitar is sick.
It's just a sad
Gorgeous. Beautiful. Round of applause. All right. I really like that one. This has been a great album. Just an absolutely great album. Um, okay, track 13, Famous Last Words, which looks like that was like the final song, and then there was like a hidden track because, back in the day when we had physical CDs, there'd be like a little hidden track in there. That's what it looks like here. So, okay, track 13, Famous Last Words.
No, I know that I can make you stay, but where's your heart? But where's your heart? But where's your... And I know there's nothing I can say to change that part, to change that part, to change.
Woo!
So many bright lights that cast a shadow, but can I speak? Well, is it hard understanding how men complete a life that's so demanding? I get so weak, a love that's so demanding. I can't speak. I am not
Oh.
afraid to keep on living. I am not afraid to walk this world alone. If you stay, I'll be forgiven. Nothing you can say can stop me going home.
Oh.
Can you say my eyes are shining bright? 'Cause I'm out here on the other side of a jet black hotel mirror, and I'm so weak. Is it hard understanding how men complete a love that's so demanding? Why can't weak? I am not afraid to keep on living. I am not afraid to walk this world alone. If you stay, I'll be forgiven. Nothing you can say can stop me going home. I am not afraid to keep on living. I am not afraid to walk this world alone. If you stay, I'll be forgiven. Nothing you can say can stop me going home.
Woo! Yeah, let those guitars sing.
These bright lights have always lied. These bright lights have always lied. I say, I'll see you lying next to me, with words I thought I'd never speak. Awake and unafraid, asleep or dead. 'Cause I see you lying next to me, with words I thought I'd never speak. Awake and unafraid, asleep or dead. 'Cause I see you lying next to me, with words I thought I'd never speak. Awake and unafraid, asleep or
like this.
Nothing you can say can stop me going home.
Nice. Round of applause. Okay. Okay, I have thoughts. I have thoughts. But we're gonna listen to the last track first, and then I will summarize. Okay. Track 14, Blood. It looks like this was a hidden track. Here we go. Oh, here we go.
You need to.
Here we go.
Well, they encourage your complete cooperation. Send you roses when they think you need to smile. I can't control myself because I don't know how. When they love me for it, honestly, I'll be here for a while. So give them blood, blood, gallons of the stuff. Give them all that they can drink, and it will never be enough. So give them blood, blood, blood. Grab a glass because there's going to be a flood. A celebrated man amongst the gurneys. They can fix me proper with a bit of luck. The doctors and the nurses, they adore me so, but it's really quite alarming, 'cause I'm such an awful fuck. I gave you blood, blood, gallons of the stuff. I gave you all that you can drink, and it has never been enough. I gave you blood, blood, blood. I'm the kind of human wreckage that you love.
Wow. All right. All right. Round of applause. Okay, my thoughts. All right, thoughts on this. Okay, so here's where my mind's at. Just some of the things that I was picking up on, and things that I think I was picking up on, that were not necessarily overtly there, but I kind of caught a vibe, I guess. Um, so some of these tracks, here's my theory. Well, should I start with the theory or should I start? Okay, let's start with the obvious. Let's start with the obvious. I think this is very obviously working backwards through the chronology of somebody who died of cancer, okay? Um where yeah, but where I think it starts to get a little like, okay, where are we here? Is right around like teenagers. Okay, so we get like teenagers, disenchanted, famous last words. And here's where, or I mean, to some degree, even a little bit of sleep, but mostly from teenagers on. And here's where I get into like theory a little bit here, because on the surface, I feel like um we're just kind of maybe somebody who's still kind of young, like he maybe isn't that old, here. That like this was maybe like a rebellious teenager that didn't, a bit of an outcast, social outcast, somebody that didn't really fit in, felt like he was a terrible person, that maybe he did all these, wild things or rebellious things, and felt like he wasn't ever all that great of a person. And it's kind of like, yeah, well, I'm guess I shouldn't be surprised. I wasn't that great a person anyway, and now I'm kind of being punished with this cancer, and you know what I mean, like that kind of thing. And then you know uh comforting his mom that like, hey mom, it's it's cool, it's fine, like everybody dies, and really I wasn't that great anyway. That's kind of the feeling. I feel like this is kind of what's on the surface here with what's given to us. But then like theorizing on this, I actually kind of am curious about this. I'm curious if this was like based on somebody in particular, um or what, because I do feel like there is this sort of subtle underlying feel of like of soldier or war or whatever. And so um and then some of these, like the like blood, right? This hidden track blood. Give him lots of blood. It's like I could never give you guys enough. And again, on the surface it seems like he's just talking about like the doctors and the nurses, and you know what I mean, being in the hospital and having to, constantly have your blood drawn and all of that. But also there's this feeling of like I've given all this blood, like I've and then in teenagers, the lines on this, here, let's bring up these lyrics. here, like, they're gonna clean up your looks with all the lies in the books to make a citizen out of you because they sleep with a gun, right? And here they got methods of keeping you clean. They're gonna rip up your heads and your aspirations to shreds. Another cog in the murder machine. So this is where was thinking, are we talking about war? Like, are we talking about like, the military, right? Where it's like they sleep with their guns, right? Like they're soldiers. They've got their weapons on them. Um like almost okay, almost I kind of got the feeling on this is like if this was like a rebellious teenager that didn't fit anywhere, that was, maybe like out of control and rebellious, and then like so that like the parents kind of send him into the military. It's kind of the feeling I got here. Where it's like, oh, you're not gonna like get your shit together and you're gonna be like doing drugs, you're gonna do we'll send you into the military. They're going to shape you right up, right? They're going to get this discipline into you. They got methods of keeping you clean. They're going to rip up your heads, right? Because what do you do when you go to the military? You get your head shaved, right? Um Another cog in the murder machine, right? This like the, the like what is it referred to? Like the industrial war complex or whatever, right? The war machine. Um and this like they could care less as long as someone will bleed, so darken your clothes or strike a violent pose, right? This idea of like getting on these fatigues, striking a violent pose, right? Being trained for making other people bleed, right? And so this is the kind of feeling I got from this teenager song. I feel like it was very, very subtle and I could just be like way over interpreting. But that was just the vibe I got. Like I got this vibe of like maybe a teenager being sent into the military. Um, and then you've got like Disenchanted, right? That just gave a lot of the same or similar idea. Like here, um, I was there on the day they sold the cause for the queen. When all the lights went out, we watched our lives on the screen. This feels like if it's like a cause, right? Cause for the queen. It's like this feels like, you know, we're the country's going to war, right? Like we need valiant soldiers to fight for the cause. So this is kind of the I feeling I get from this, right? That like we laughed so hard it would say, oh, we ran from the cops. So I kind of have the feeling this was probably a troubled and rebellious teenager whose parents didn't know what to do with him. Um, there's a war going on that's being sold as like go fight for the cause, and they're like, well, my kid is pretty fucked up, so and he's of age for that, so maybe that's a good way to send him in. Right, he can go fight for the cause and maybe it'll shape him up. Is kind of the feeling I got from that. And then yeah, so and so again, going with Blood, if Blood is, I mean, it's the last song, but if we're going in chronology, it would be the first song. So if like the first song is kind of introing us to like I have given so much blood because the blood he had to like give and shed in war, and then now he's having to give it sick at the end of his life, and this is just sort of the introduction to his situation. And then we get Famous Last Words, which is basically like his last words, right? His deathbed last words. And it's like a if you look at the lyrics of this one, um, like so many bright light, you get this idea of bright lights, right? Where you're crossing over, right? You've died and you're seeing the bright lights ahead, right? You're dying and there's the bright lights. Um, and it's like I'm not afraid to keep on living, not afraid to walk this world. So all of a sudden, as you're dying and you're seeing the light, it's like all of a sudden all that fear melts away, right? All of a sudden everything just seems to be fine. um but then also feeling like everything will be okay. I see you lying next to me with words I thought I'd never speak, awake and unafraid, asleep or dead. It's like I, you know what I mean? There's just this sort of sudden peace. So here's what I'm feeling. If we started with the end of the album from track 14 and moved through it backwards, I get someone who's introducing himself to us by talking about all the blood that he's given, past and present, at the end of his life. We've got him basically at death's door, seeing the light, feeling that peace that comes with him about to die. Then it seems like as he's doing that, like as he's about to die, all of a sudden there's like this like life review. You know what I mean? Or all of a sudden he just sort of sees the trajectory of his life before he goes. That whole like your life flashes before your eyes type of thing. So all of a sudden we have like his life flash before his eyes. So then we have Disenchanted, where we have like the him seeing himself as a troubled teen, and this idea of, you know, his parents maybe sending him into the military because of his troubles, and then teenagers feeling the as this part of a cog in this machine once he's actually in the military, and how like that goes down, and being part of that. Then there's Sleep. I'll bring this up. Then there's Sleep, which are all these like terror. We get this idea of him having like nightmares, tremors, night terrors, right? Maybe these like nightmares from what was going on after his experience there. Um, right? Like, and this sort of feeling of feeling like he did terrible things, right? Some say now suffer all the children and walk away a savior, or a madman and polluted from gutter institutions, right? So it's like, am I a savior? Am I this hero that went and did this great and noble thing, you know, out in war? Or am I just like a madman who's just like, I've been corrupted with all of this like death, and you know what I mean, this institution that used me as a cog and sent me out there to do this thing, and like, don't you breathe for me, I'm undeserving of your sympathy. Right, just like a drink for the horror that I'm in, for the good guys I'm in, for the monsters that I've been. Three cheers for tyranny, right? It just seems like a bit of like simultaneously talking about his experience, but also giving some sort of social commentary on this, like, you know, this machine, right? This like war machine being that he was probably sent into. Um, and then Mama, which is like trying to, you know, comfort his mother that it's gonna be okay. We all die anyway, and I honestly, I've done some terrible things, so I probably deserve it. It's kind of the feeling I got from that. And then you hit Cancer, where he's like really in the throes of this. So here's where I'm seeing it. I'm seeing like Blood and Famous Last Words are like him sick at death's door. Then I feel like Disenchanted, Teenagers, like Sleep is him like recounting his life, like recounting him going into the military and him going into war, and then dealing with the aftermath of that, and then getting a cancer diagnosis. Okay, then getting a cancer diagnosis, probably maybe around Sleep or right after Sleep. And I feel like the going into Mama is when he now has the cancer diagnosis and he's comforting his mother for getting this news. Okay, so he's now comforting his mother for having gotten this diagnosis, you know, and then you get into Cancer, which is him actually going through treatment and going through chemo. And then you have House of Wolves, which is like really facing like his eternal soul at that point. At that point, you're like really like wrestling with your mortality and thinking about, you know, the afterlife and all of that. Um, and then you have I Don't Love You, which is like, look, maybe you should just like not be here for this. Like you know, um, and then Welcome to the Black Parade, of like really being um facing a lot of these things, questioning these things that you were raised with, who you are now, like, you know what I mean? Like, just really kind of questioning your place in all of this. And then you have Sharpest Lives, which is just sort of descends into that. I think it just sort of is like YOLO, descending into madness, descending into darkness. Eat, drink, and be merry, because for tomorrow we die, right? And then to the point that you get to, okay, this is how I disappear. Now I'm actually really getting close to death. I'm realizing that I'm now feeling very alone, right? I'm gonna just be dying alone. And then we have Dead, which is him actually like there now, there at death's door, and then the end, he's died. So that's what I'm getting from this album. Like I said, I could be reading too much into it, or more than is there, with the kind of like theory or storyline of him having been a soldier. But that's the vibe I got from this. Like, again, word choice, so many of the word choices used here, gave that kind of war soldier vibe to it and like military vibe to it. So anyway, that's my theory on that. That's my summation on that. That's where my brain was. That's what I was thinking. That's okay. I'm sure all y'all in the comments will be like, you're wrong, Julie, but and that's okay. That's totally okay. Tell me all about it. Tell me all about all the stuff I missed, because I know I missed a ton on first listen. Okay. Top 5. This is always the hardest part. This is always the hardest part because I didn't dislike any of these, honestly. Um Damn. Okay, I'm gonna exclude Welcome to the Black Parade on this because like that's an obvious choice. Like that is an obvious like masterpiece of a song. So we're just gonna put a pin in that and be like, obvious masterpiece. Okay? Like obviously I don't need to put that one in the top 5. It's clearly like clearly amazing. Okay? We'll just put a pin in that. I really liked the end that we started with. Let's see. I enjoyed Dead. Damn it, all of these are good. Damn. This is gonna be hard. Okay, I'd probably go. Man,
No, I know.
how am I gonna
Weak.
Okay, I'm gonna say uh in no particular order. In absolutely no particular order. Okay? Excuse me, Disenchanted, Sleep, um Dead, House of Wolves, um did I say Sleep already? And then The End. I think that those would probably be my top 5. Which is like I said, this is a ridiculous list. The whole album was just fucking amazing. So, anyway, that's my summation on that. Thank you, Yusuf. Thank you so much, Yusuf, for recommending this one, for requesting this one for your Ride or Die benefit because it was awesome and I my ear holes have been blessed. Thank you so much for that. Um, thank you to all of my Patreon members, paid and free. I'm so grateful to have you here. If you're watching this on YouTube and you're one of my subscribers, thank you for being one of my subscribers. And if you're not one of my subscribers, fix it. Fix that. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Till the next one.